What is up YouTube, this is Joe from Zephyrwargames, and as you can see I am not in IRL mode, I am here on Digimon Card app, I believe it is, to bring with you guys a deck profile for Milleniummon free promo pack. Now that's important because I will be talking about a card later on called the Wicked God Emerges as a card for Milleniummon that will greatly increase the potential and what this deck can do. But I want to share with you guys a build that, thanks to my good friend Appy, so again, big shout outs to you for showing me something that he discovered on his days of deck testing. An interesting way to play Milleniummon that obviously other decks have been utilizing, as you can see, is no big surprise. It's utilizing the Digimon Groundmon package as a way to deck thin while also gaining memory while your stack is being deleted. And as we all know with Milleniummon, they do love to delete their stacks. So as you can see, the whole deck list here, I'm not really good at doing online for profile modes. But yes, I'm going to run through the deck as like card for card, as I could normally do, and again I'll be talking about the new promo card coming out, and just explain to you guys, you know, the synergies that the two engines can have, and essentially what you can just do with other engines that hold similar suits. So we've got two eggs here going from the eggs, as you can see. One of them being the EX2 Digimon, where if you're attacking with a Digimon family name, draw a card. And then you've got the promo Digimon, where if your stack is deleted, you can get a Groundmon or Gallantmon name from trash to hand. Both of these eggs are perfect for the deck, and it just literally depends on your personal preference. I go primarily for the red one from EX2 as a way to just chip string early to get a free draw, while also being a red source early game so I can use my Garnet Mem boost in the early game if I'm missing a single piece to start off my chain and my evolution stack. Moving on to the rookies, we've got 10 rookies here. So we've got 3 copies of the EX4 Gilmon, you know, self-explanatory. On play games rush if there are 20 or more cards in both players' trashes. Just a nice way to get a spring for game or an early chip spring if you need to. But yeah, just overall, you've used this primarily in the late games for that final push for game. And it's your main one to play off your Groundmon X when it gets deleted. Your other Digimon is 3 copies of the Digimon X antibody. Your on play when Digivolving, look at top 3, add a Groundmon family to hand and the X antibody option. Inherent is if a opponent's Digimon is deleted, gain a memory. Milleniummon does delete things, so if you do have this in a stack, you are just gaining 3 additional value. But ideally, you're using this as just a free Evo climb in the back from your Digimon, so you can just get a free extra draw, deck thinning nicely and efficiently, and then just climbing up your stacks and get into your combo pieces by drawing. Your main one you're going to be on playing for the draws and your consistency as well as the free memory is the Digimon from BT21, on play Treasure card with Digimon family in hand to draw 2 cards, and then also on delete gain a memory. So again, your stack does like to get deleted, and Milleniummon we're primarily deleting our stacks to do the DNA as your main form of combo. So being able to just gain 3 additional value in the form of again memory when our stack is removed makes the engine for Digimon a nice fitting package for Milleniummon, barring one problem which I've experienced in testing. Appy can definitely vouch for me on that one, which I'll get to later. Going to the champions, we are only playing 8 of them because there's only really 2 champions that we want to play, which is 4 copies of the BT21 Groundmon, on delete inherent gain of memory, and on play when Digivolving delete an opponent's Digimon 4k DP or less. If this effect didn't delete, you trash 2 cards from the top of your deck. Again, more memory and just efficiency there. And then our main one is Groundmon X antibody, when Digivolving draw 1 trash 1. Great form of consistency in the deck as we do want to have some pieces in our trash. And as well, if you have Groundmon or X antibody in your evolution stack, you gain to the end of your opponent's turn on delete, play a Digimon from in this name from your trash without paying the cost. Inherent is if an opponent's Digimon is deleted, gain a memory. Again, all the memory, this whole package here, these 18 cards here are just all about memory. They are memory gainers, and they are red and purple. So that's the main form and the main reason we are playing these cards. I will talk briefly on another engine that I kind of discovered thanks to my friend Alex. All the friends are being mentioned in this video. It's team effort here. That follows a similar form of playstyle, and that could potentially be another way of playing this deck. Moving into the actual Milleniummon pieces here, they are all kind of self-explanatory. If you've seen any Milleniummon deck, you kind of know what all these do and why we play them. So 4 copies of the BT18 Chimeramon. Inherent is security tap +1. When digivolving when attacking, by deleting one of your Digimon, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. And on delete, if you have a Machinedramon in play and a Chimeramon in your trash, you may DNA into Milleniummon in the hand. Great form of DNA. And then our 3 copies of Chimeramon here. On play, when digivolving, delete an opponent's Digimon. Delete one of your Digimon and then delete one of your opponent's level 3, 4, and 5 Digimon. And he has an on delete by deleting one of your other level 4 or lower red or purple Digimon. You may play a Machinedramon from your trash without paying the cost. Again, security at +1 as an inherent. So the main issues here is actually with the Chimeramons. The Chimeramons are amazing for the Milleniummon, but they cost 4 to evolve. So, literally, if you do not have a mem setter and your opponent is really good at memory choking, you're literally always passing turn with these guys, unfortunately. Which is why we've maxed out on the gun and then boosting, we're playing double forms of Scramble here, and the options that we get to later, as a way to just promote our level 4 and actually start climbing and doing our combo very as efficiently as we possibly can. But we need to have the 7 Chimeramons in here because we need to see the Chimeramons, otherwise if we don't see those we can't play the game. Moving into the Machinedramons here, 4 copies of the best one from BT18. And when you would play this card from your hand by deleting one of your Digimon with the composite trait, which is the cost by 4, so it can cost 7 to play. And on play, when digivolving, de-digivolve on 1 all of your opponent's Digimon. And on delete, you may DNA digivolve 1 of Chimeramon play and a Machinedramon in trash into Milleniummon in hand. The inherent is if you are composite trait or wicked god trait, you may change an opponent's attack target to one of your composite or wicked trait Digimon, which is absolutely fantastic. The other Machinedramon we're playing only as a one-off because unfortunately it's just not great for the deck. It takes like 1 or 2 boxes and the rest of the boxes are just left completely ignored, and it's just very, very much unfortunate, but we kind of have to play him as the only other good Machinedramon. Kind of needs an analog man and for it to work in the deck, which is not something I can fit in very efficiently. So on play, when digivolving, delete an opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon, and on delete you may play a level 5 or lower Digimon card with the Cyborg composite from trash without paying cost, and the same attack change inherentable. Again, we need to have Machinedramon names in the deck, so that's why we're playing the one of in this. Otherwise I'll probably just only play 4 of this and just leave it at that. For the Milleniummons, we're playing 4 copies of the BT18 Milleniummon, DNAs with Chimeramon and Machinedramon, and can digicross for -2 each for Chimeramon and Machinedramon. On play, when digivolving, delete an opponent's Digimon, and if you DNA'd, you may return 1 of each Digimon card with different levels from your opponent's trash to the top of the deck in any order, and you can gain a memory for each card returned. On delete, by returning Chimeramon Machinedramon from your trash to the bottom of the deck, you may play a Milleniummon from your trash without paying the cost. It has to be the base form Milleniummon, you can't cheat out a Moon or Zed, so do bear that in mind. Playing 2 copies of Moon Milleniummon. On play, when digivolving your opponent's Digimon, your opponent trashes cards in the hand till they have 5. For every 2 they trash, you delete opponent's Tamer. All turns, when this Digimon would leave the battle area, by deleting 1 of your Digimon with a composite trait, you may not have this Digimon leave. And in all turns, once per turn, when another Digimon or Tamer is deleted, trash your opponent's top security guard. This is a great card, and we're mostly using this so we can get into our Zed Milleniummon with our Wicked God Descends option card. Zed has Overclock with the composite trait, so again you can kill any token or a composite trait Digimon, so this card can attack at the end of the turn without suspending. On play, when digivolving and when attacking, by return a Digimon card from opponent's trash to the top of the deck, return one of the Digimon from the bottom, one of the Digimon in play to the bottom of the deck. And then all turns, when this Digimon with no evolution cards, it can't be suspended and isn't affected by your opponent's effects. So that's it for the Digimon. Nice, self-explanatory. If you've seen the Yourplaymat package, you kind of know why you're playing it and what the ratios are. If you've seen the Milleniummon deck, you kind of know what the ratios are and why you're playing it. So you're just taking the most consistent parts of both lines and smashing them into one, with your main form of synergy being that your red and purple colours, and that you gain memory by either deleting or being deleted. So this is a nice form of synergy there. With again, the only issue is that your level 5s are evolving for 4, so if your opponent can play around that, your opponent will play around that. To help try and mitigate that, we are playing 2 copies of Milleniummon. Sets your memory to 3 as a mem setter, and alternates if you would digicross into a composite or twilight trait. You can suspend this tamer and use a card from under a tamer and 1 card from trash as digicross requirements. Your Machinegimons, Chimeramons, and your Milleniummons are composite traded, so you can use this to fill out a source from the trash underneath, which is very nice. Moving to the options, as I've been mentioning it before, we are playing 4 copies of Garnet Members to search top of our 3-card deck. Top of the 3 cards of our deck can add a red or black Digimon to hand and then delay gain 2 memory. Nice form of consistency. And we're also playing 2 copies of Purple Scramble, as our main form of evolution climbing are all purple, so we can use this to reduce our costs. We are playing 2 copies of obviously the Wicked God Descends, a great option card, but also not a great option card, as it unfortunately doesn't actually reduce your on-play cost at all because you use 4 and then you reduce it by 4. But you can play composite trait from your trash with the cost reduced by 4 and put this into battle area. The main reason you're using this is for the all turns delay of if your Milleniummon in its name would leave the battle area, you can play Wicked God with the play cost 1 higher from your hand or trash without paying the cost. So if they try to remove your Millenies and this is in the play, they're going to give you a free Milleniummon that is 1 play cost higher, which is absolutely fantastic. 2 combo, the last 2 cards in the deck are just 2 one-of great purple cards, one of them being Revive from Darkness, delete 1 of your purple Digimon, and you can play a level 5 or lower purple Digimon from your trash without paying the cost. It's on place, do not activate, security, add this card to the hand. The main combo of this card is that we use this to kill our Machinegimon and then bring back a Chimeramon. When our Machinegimon is now being deleted, the Chimeramon that we just played can then DNA with the Machinegimon we just deleted into Milleniummon in our hand. So you pay full memory and you get a Milleniummon who can then stack your opponent's deck and potentially get their memory back. And if your stack had any on delete +1s, then you're just reducing the cost even further. The other card in this deck we are playing is 1 copy Coin from Darkness. Delete 1 of your Digimon, then return 2 purple from your trash to the hand. Then security adds card to the hand. You could just drop this card completely and just bump the Revive from Darkness. I would probably maybe advise that a little bit more, as it just combos with the deck a little bit better than Coin from Darkness. I kind of wanted to have in here just as a showcase of, good purple staples can be used in this deck. So that's the main form of the deck and the overview of the deck. I'm just going to quickly go over the new option card that I believe we've just kind of recently received in our recent tournament packs, and that is the Wicked God Emerges. This card is absolutely fantastic for the deck. The main is just trash a card, composite Wicked trait in hand, draw 2 cards. Essentially it's just doing what Guilmon does, but actually in archetype. Then you can place this in the battle area. And at end of all turns you can delay it. By deleting 1 of your Milleniummon, you play a Wicked God trait card from the hand or trash without paying the cost. The security just activates this card's main effect, which is just absolutely fantastic. This card literally fixes Milleniummon and essentially makes it so that you can use any bottom low end you want, as the only important pieces now are just really the Milleniummons. Obviously, if you can fit in Chimeramon and Machinegimon in your deck and make it all work, you would definitely want to do so. But essentially, if you can just get into a Milleniummon, you can just Tekken, Moon, and Z's and use this option card at like a 4th, and just go crazy with this. And this is absolutely fantastic. I really, really can't wait to put this card into the deck and test it out and share with you guys a full-on Milleniummon deck that is just essentially at full power, doing exactly what it wants to do at all times. So I'm definitely excited to be putting this in the deck. I definitely advise if any Milleniummon players out there watching this and are definite fans and want to play it, definitely get your hands on those. I just want to quickly touch on an engine that I kind of like noticed. um, it essentially does the exact same thing that the Guilmon engine is doing, and that is the Argomon package. The new Argomon line that we received from BT17, the level 3 and 4 all have on delete just gain memory. So they are doing essentially the exact thing, same thing that the Guilmon package is doing, with just a different flavour of being, green and purple. And, in my eyes, just kind of fit the overall feeling better. Being, they are just like a villain deck. So it's a villain deck mixed with another villain deck to make the ultimate villain deck. So it's just something that you can definitely look at if you really wanted to like take the core concept of what the Guilmon package is doing with the deck, but just add another little spice of flavour to it. So yeah, that's just kind of like another thing I thought you guys could potentially look at. You are also, having form of tamer interruptions with the BT17 Argomon as well. You're also utilizing desorption if you utilize the old stuff as well, so you can climb up the Uber stack for essentially free. So you're almost only ever paying for evolutions in the back or your Cameramon, which is pretty funny. But guys, that's it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below what you're doing with Milleniummon and how excited are you for the Wicked God emerges. I know I definitely am, and I can't wait to use this card. But I also just generally really enjoy playing this deck. It's very fun to play, and it's very fun to customize and try to improve. I honestly think it has great potential and could have great potential, but it's just missing a few more pieces to make it work. But again, hope you all enjoyed this. I do apologise for the late upload today. I just completely forgot that I didn't have a video scheduled for today until this morning. So I do apologise for the late upload, but I hope you all enjoyed it nonetheless. Leave your comments down below, like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, as always, stay safe, and of course, happy dueling.